All right, we're on day 14. Congratulations if you've made it this far. It can be a difficult thing to do the fasting and praying, but I have confidence in you. I believe not only that you've done well up till now, but that you're going to make it the entire way. So our reading this morning is Daniel, and he's getting thrown in the lion's den, famous story in the Bible. But the setup to this story is pretty interesting because his fellow leaders in the country were very upset because the king was really kind of favored Daniel, and he was very special to the king. And so they were like, we want to get rid of Daniel. We don't like him. So they're trying to figure out a way to get him in trouble. And so they hired a private eye to follow him around and figure out what it is that he did wrong or that was shady or whatever, so that they could bring that before the king and just kind of basically get him thrown out. Here's the problem. They couldn't find anything wrong with the way Daniel conducted himself. Wow. Let me ask you this. If there were cameras in your house and they were on all the time and there was one following you around, how would your life affect other people in a positive way? And I don't mean that we're supposed to be perfect. But what I mean is does the way you do things speak to other people just without even saying anything to them about Jesus or anything like that? Is there something in what you do and how you do it that has an effect on the world around you? You see, all this talk about breakthrough and fasting and praying and everything should have an effect on our life. If we're spending this much time with God, I guarantee you, when you spend this much time with God and you listen, pretty soon He's going to be talking to you about things that maybe you could make adjustments in. For me, for a long time, it was how much television I watched and what I watched. Until I got to the point where I could only watch about 4 or 5 different shows when it was okay. And thank God we have DVRs and I can record them and I can watch them when I want. But that doesn't need to be something, or didn't need to be something in my life that was more important than what God wanted me to do. He'd be kind of working on my heart saying, hey, why don't you pray? Or, I got something I want to tell you, or just kind of have a tug on the inside. And I'd be like, well, after the show's over. And I missed out on some of the things that God wanted me to experience. So it could be hunting, fishing, watching TV, shopping, whatever it is. Just pay attention to what God is saying to you and let your life be effective in making a change in other people's life, having people notice you without you having to say a word.